Rosie the Riveter, iconic American masculine counterfeiter. What does she see? She says she does for pride and country to build those rolling, floating, flying death machines and obelisks to beautiful capitalist progression. Installing her own glass ceiling, she's the new head of the family. The flying metal death machines took every man in her family, trapped in exploding metal coffins made by their wives. A special kind of poetic beauty, a strange, horrific adultery. Their men dying in someone else's motherland. With her deep, dark, shimmering blues, flittering fast in the false fluorescent sun, she screams her silent rage across each face with her visceral, bloodshot whites. Dark amber and brown, filled with the smoke of half-finished cigarettes, smelling of aged scotch, wrinkled leather, and greasy fake bronze. In a shady corner she sits, filled with an ebon self-confidence and urban indifference. She stares at the sweat on the brow of the trumpet man, ears tuned to the catatonic melody of the trombone, body slightly swaying with the rhythmic blues, purples, and greens of the bass, keeping time low and slow. Her hair is pulled up into tight, tiny, smooth braids, falling in 1,000 little strips past her shoulders. Her skin, smooth, dark, and cool like midsummer shade. Her arms, with the muscles of a hard day's work, rest on a tiny, circular chestnut table, holding her glass of whiskey. Her nostrils filled with the perfume of rosemary, vanilla, and deep red clay. She swaggers up the stairs of the stage, caresses the tin and bronze mic like the head of her sleeping, drunken love. Feels the melancholy of the piano man's melodies and sultry harmonies. Breathes deep, a breath of vanilla and smoke. Closes her eyes and sings.
She sits on sunlit lawns and faded family portraits with children on her knees. Silently, her husband, out of frame, overseas, and other water-stained photographs. Her glasses rest like mine unwillingly on her nose, and her smile squints into a perpetually too bright sun. She's seen too much passed around in this paper prison. We slide her between clear sheets, the cleanest, safest life she's ever known. The hardwood floor of her revival church swell and groan to the tears of 1,000 kitchen witches. On the dirt floor she mends with her crying, eyes wet with moonshine and polished patent leather of children's Sunday shoes. She bores into me a family resemblance, but through the removal of generations that separate us, we regard each other through filthy glasses and dry eyes. Her essence Stoicism walking long instead of walking tall. The muted twisting tresses of righteous pauses streaming from the backs of her battle chariots she keeps at the bottom of her purse. She mends the pieces of broken manifestos with far-sighted fingers and dry eyes, weaving the words with an unholy compliance to the alliances she keeps. I find in eyes that look through mirrors, flecks of sunlight, bright, unfading. A child, a lady, woman, sits with headstone and old photographs. To acknowledge the beauty we find at our feet should be enough to lay down to rest under dewy grass and find